A very good afternoon, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We are taking a look on what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. But saishona inoti pane achanyura. Pane achanyura. Things are not well within ZANU PF. Accept it, deny it, but this is a fact. Rutendo Matinyarare. Once upon a time, he had left Emmerson Mnangagwa and started to speak against him, together Nana Kudzai Mutisi and others. All of a sudden, the other comrades were left outside, and he came back and he started again on the issues of propaganda. He is fighting Innscor. Innscor is being fought because they perceive that it's a monopoly in Zimbabwe, and the Mafidi dynasty want to create its own monopoly in Zimbabwe. They want to control the fuel sector. They want to control the transport sector, the mining sector, the agricultural sector, but they also want to control the food sector, food and production sector. This is something critical to them, very, very important to them. So they have deployed Rutendo Matinyarare, was deployed when he came to meet Emmerson Mnangagwa years back when he was starting the issue of sanctions, etc. He was invited, he came, and he went to the State House. He met with President Emmerson Mnangagwa. He went back to South Africa. They continued to lobby and fight. Now, they are claiming that they have won that fight, and they are now fighting Innscor. The reason why they are fighting Innscor is because primarily they want the control of the food sector. So once they manage to shove Innscor out of the picture, then they can do whatever they want at will. How do they want to achieve that? They are achieving that through creating a legal consequence for Innscor. This is the reason why you are seeing they are running around with the issues of GMOs, etc. Where is the Consumer Council of Zimbabwe? Where is where are the relevant ministries? Why is it that they are not the ones talking about these issues, making investigations and doing the lab tests? Why is it that it is being done by an individual? It's because when a Mutapa wants to distance himself from the whole activity, while he's at the same time, he's attacking the biggest company in the nation of Zimbabwe. So if you go to the financial sector, there was a time which when they clashed with Inbox because of some things, the regulation issues, whatever. So this is systematic. This is what is happening. Rutendo says, how much is Mnangagwa being paid by Innscor to use ZANU PF resources to defend a criminal enterprise that is breaking laws made by ZANU PF to sell illegal GMOs and poison people with cancer-causing chemicals that could be killing our people? If there is a law in Zimbabwe which is being broken, we have institutions which are capable, authorized, and constitutionally mandated to deal with such issues. We have the police. The police must make sure that they deal with this issue. We have the Consumer Council of Zimbabwe. They must deal with this issue. We have several regulatory authorities which are there, including the health board, which are supposed to be watching over these issues and follow the law. The major question is, why are they not following the law? Why is it that they need to use an individual to do things as if they are not in power, as if they are not the government? This is something very important. So, if you look at this whole thing, let us hear the thing which is causing the center of everything. Let us hear what Mnangagwa had to say.
Individuals who glory seek by making accusations which they have no competence to prove, we don't subscribe to that. I think that issue was sub judice at one time, and the courts in South Africa settled that issue. So the wisdom of the judges in South Africa, and these are learned men, they made a decision on this Rutendo Matinyarare you are talking about, South African judges. So who are we to start listening to the whimsical accusations of an individual whom we don't know why he's making those accusations and what is his local standing?
There's a saying in Zulu that says, Shayinja umnikazi uzophuma. That means that hit a dog and then its owner will come and defend it. And you can see that this is the ZANU PF spokesperson who's beating me up. And the reason is because I'm not his dog. I'm not a member of ZANU PF. But he is in defense of a company that is feeding Zimbabweans illegal GMOs that were made illegal by the ZANU PF government. And that company is also feeding us a chemical called glyphosate that has been banned in America in 27 states. Where the company that manufactures that chemical is, it's also been banned in 32 other countries because they say it causes cancer. This company has been charged over $11 billion in damages for causing cancer in people who spray it. And here the government of Zimbabwe is allowing a company that sells food with that chemical to continue to feed that chemical to our people. Then he says to me, what right or what standing do I have to actually be talking about the issues that I'm talking about? Well, this company called Innscor went to South African courts where it hoped to corrupt judges and get them to say that I am defaming them. I am lying that they've got GMOs and toxic chemicals in their food. So I went to test the food, and here are the lab tests. This is what gives me the competency. The laboratories that are accredited internationally, South Africa, France, and Germany, that say they've got GMOs. And this is what gives me the right to talk. And the South African court that you call competent has got judges who say that after I got this, I am defaming Innscor, meaning I'm lying, yet this is scientific evidence. That's incompetence. And so that's why we are currently appealing. We're in appeal court yesterday reviewing these judgments where judges say I'm lying when I bring scientific facts. And Mnangagwa, are you trying to say that the South African judges and South African courts must govern Zimbabwe? Leave power if you can't govern.
Grant stands and talks about issues in an authoritative manner simply because it's got a loud mouth and a generous pen. But substance charge from Hapana, and the judges in South Africa made a decision on that. And finally, and lastly, these companies which he referred to are corporate citizens of Zimbabwe. They operate under what is called the Companies Act of Zimbabwe. That's all my citizens in Zimbabwe. You understand? So they are represented here. And they know how to comply with Zimbabwe under the Companies Act. If they've not complied, they should be taken up on that particular aspect.
So is Ambassador Mnangagwa trying to say that?
So Mnangagwa is clear. This is a clear position taken by ZANU PF. Who is the person running behind Rutendo Matinyarare? It is Mwene Mtapa. So when you see Rutendo Matinyarare working for on behalf of Mwene Mtapa, he is speaking on behalf of Mwene Mtapa, and we have the whole ZANU PF spokesperson representing the party coming out to distance the party from what Rutendo has been doing. This signifies trouble. This signifies that Mwene Mtapa is losing grip. What is he going to do? Right. Let us make this issue come to light. The whole issue is no longer about Rutendo fighting Innscor. Rutendo has started campaigning for a certain company inonzi Champion Foods. Akaenda unonzwa achiti Champion ndo upfu chete usina machi Champion ndo upfu chete usina machi Champion, which means whatever he's doing is discrediting every brand of Innscor, whilst he is supporting or advertising Champion. Champion itakaiona ichibuda in the past week kwa Mnangagwa. Payoendwa nema minister ya kufamu. Ndo patiri kuona Champion ichibuda ichiradza kuti iri maoko ava Mnangagwa. So what does it mean? You are fighting another company for illegality, yet at the same time you are campaigning for another company, or you are advertising for another company. This is the reason why you are seeing all these things happening. Rutendo is failing to separate things. If Innscor is doing things wrongly, face it like that. If they are doing things illegally, face them like that. Why are you bringing Champion Wupfuchakazodaro as if they are the only one? Why are you not publicizing about so many companies which are providing milimu in Zimbabwe? Do you mean that in each and every other company which is apart from Innscor is supplying the same? Why only Champion? This is where the whole problem is. This is the reason why we say this thing has gone political. It's no longer about the laws. It's no longer about what Innscor is doing bad. It's now about the interest of some people who want to personalize everything and have monopoly from the finance sector, the mining sector, the agricultural sector, the food sector, everywhere, the transport sector. They want to see their foot iko kovarivo vega. Ndvananyatsimba mtota. So this is something which is so wrong. This is my own view. So if you take a look onto the position taken by ZANU PF, this is a clear indication of where things are going and what is really wrong with whatever which they are doing. This is Team Zimbabwe. These are my views. We'll continue to watch and see how this is going to end. Remember, Rutendo can take Innscor to court right here in Zimbabwe. We have not seen action on that. We have not seen anything tangible coming out of that. Why? It's because they know the truth. They know kuti hapana chinobuda ikoko kwavari kuenda. But what does it mean? If Innscor is pushed out of the Zimbabwean market, what it means is vanhu veMzimbabwe vachatamba njada njada. That monopoly ikauya, it is going to cost the Zimbabwean people more and more, because vene ndo vanenge vakuita mari and anybody else will be pushed out. Endai kuvanhu vemakombi munoona zvavari kuitwa. Is because vene want to take control of everything and anything. This is it. Let us meet in other episodes.